morning. It's about 7:42. It's early. It's also, as you can tell, oh, that's hold on. Good morning. It's raining out. It's gloomy and it's cold. Not as cold as I've been in the last week, but cold for me, about 50 degrees. I just went to the chiropractor. After lots of people told me I should go back, I had an accident 6 months ago. And then I had like 30 appointments at the chiropractor. I used 15 of them, and then the other 15 I just stopped going because I got busy with work and felt good enough. But my mom insisted I went, and after me, I just finally listened and decided to go. So went, snap, crackle, pop, all went well. The plan for today is, because it is raining, most of the weather is north of us, but then again, in this area, weather kind of develops. So it looks like it's over, and then all of a sudden a new storm just kind of rolls back in. If it stays raining like this consistency, there's no way I'm working today. I will just create a mud pit over there. But what I will do is this. The equipment's already loaded up. I just got to swap out the mulcher for the grapple bucket. I'm going to at least take the equipment out there, clear the driveway, so there is at least something getting done there, and then double check the utilities. Everything should be marked. The only thing that may give me a little bit of trouble is the septic line. Most likely it's city, and then they have to cut it and cap it, which isn't the biggest deal in the world. Hopefully it's not septic. Septic's what we have. It's sewer. It's city, whatnot. Most of the dumps I do are septics. Those are pretty easy. You just collapse them and be done with it. But we got to cap it, mainly because if any roots encroach into the city septic, and I was the one that did the demo, I get in trouble and I get the bill for fixing that. So we got to do that. Water as well. There should be a shutoff box either in the street and or somewhere on the property where the water mark is. So we'll find that today. And as you just turn it off, cut it. That's done. Actually, just turn it off. Really, the pipe will break when I demo it. And then electrical, same as that. I'm pretty sure the meter was already pulled, but if it's not a big deal. What you do is, so this electrical company owns from the meter up. That's them. Can't touch that. But from the meter down, I can do whatever I want with that. Or the homeowner can. So basically what I do is there's a fuse panel box. I just turn off all the breakers and then unscrew the wires going to the structure, and then either pull them through or just get them loose enough so that when I do demo it, it'll just pull right through and won't rip anything off. Besides that, I think that's it. Just getting that prepped, good to go. But for right now, we're gonna go home and feed the puppies. Uh-oh, look who it is. Get this one handed. Make sure they're sitting, which they always are. Good girls. Oh. Good morning. All right, come on, let's go outside. Come on, let's go outside. Oh. Go have fun. So I picked the truck up from Caliber the other day, and a few little things I still gotta fix, but this really annoyed me. Why? Why would you stuff this in the back? This is hard plastic. Now look, it's stretched out now. I don't know what that bow is, but it's stretched out. That's how it's supposed to look. Why? Those are for maps. Not this stuff. These are bump stops for the overload springs. Here's an idea. Put them right there. I have other stuff down here. That's fine. Why would you? That just annoyed me. But what we're doing now is taking the pups because it's going to be raining all day. Got to put those 2 blankets on here, make it nice before it gets too wet, and then air the tire, swap out, grapple for mulcher, and then head to the job site. So let's get that done. As you can hear, it's absolutely pouring rain. I'm going to let this little part pass and get back out there. Living in this part of the country, it just keeps developing. The radar's not even worth looking at. My radar, this should have been over 2 hours ago. And as you can tell, it's going pretty good. it's been raining for about a half hour, and I don't think it's gonna stop anytime soon. And I kind of have to get this done, or I would like to get it done today. So what we're gonna do is just do it in the rain, get nice and wet. Swap those 2 buckets out. Go drop everything off. I probably won't do all the utility stuff today, considering how much it actually is raining. But what I will do is this: I'll go get a new axle for the dump trailer, which is 95 inch, not a 91. I thought it was 91. And then we will back it in the truck, what do you call this, shop, and put the new axle on it, re-weld one of the hinges, and if we get crazy, maybe fix the doors, but that's really pushing my luck. All right. It's like, oh, she was just on the trailer. I was gonna do a cool little shot of you on the trailer. Are you ready to go to work? Everything's loaded up, good to go. Just gonna let the dogs up and go drop everything off and go pick up the axle for that trailer. We still have a jacket broke on that, but I work too much to fix stuff, to be honest with you. I gotta take it somewhere probably and spend some money. But that's time for a different, that's conversation for a different time. Up. Good girls. Oh, they just put their heads back in. Oh, there they do. I love it. They'll sit. One will sit out there. One will sit out there, and they'll just stare at me as I do my work. All the thing is everything's marked, but I don't know which water is theirs. Considering technically there's only one utility actually on the property in between the pins, but they're not easements. I'm gonna have to guess the one on this side. Let me offload the equipment and I'll explain it. So here's the fun project. We're demoing this. There's a little structure back there that actually got burnt to the ground, a whole lot of beer cans. And then we're clearing out this center area. Whole property is about a half acre, probably clearing about a quarter acre. We're leaving all the nice mature oaks, taking all the dead ones, and all the cedars. So nothing too crazy. It would say about 4 or 5 days to do everything. We know where the utilities are, which is awesome, and they're very easily accessible, and I'll show you that right now. I'm going to phrase that everything's easily accessible except for the electrical. I'm not going to truck back there, but where is it? So this pole, there's one more pole down there and it drops down, but it's super thick. So that's the only one I really can't get to. But we're going to start with tomorrow is the clearing on this. We're going to open this up, that we can get trailers back and forth. The only reason I'm not starting this today was A, the rain, be a little too muddy. But also I need to fix the rear axle on the dump trailer. It's a little bent, and since I'm hauling lots to the landfill recycling center, I need that perfect. So I think we figured out where the correct axle is. But let me show you the utilities. I'm getting ahead of myself. So before you do clearing or anything, especially if you're in the city, permit 811. My assistant got the permit for me, which is awesome because I hate paperwork. It came through and marked the water line going right here. It's interesting. Sometimes they go from the center of the street in. Other times they'll run alongside. This one ran alongside. So the main line's right here. We're not going to touch anything of this. The dilemma I'm having is this dilemma. Pin. So the property goes that way. Water, septic. Over there, septic, and there's another water line somewhere over there as well. If I had to guess, everything on the right-hand side of the property is ours. So ours. Technically not the pin. Let me show you the other side. As you can see, the water line runs right through here. And then here we have another sewer line, another water. That's actually on the property, but that is not. I actually think that maybe this is ours. I'm not going to go through to start cutting waters off. Pretty sure the water is already cut off at the property, so I'll be fine once we start demoing. If I see geyser rushing, all of a sudden I know, okay, it's either that one or that one. And that's saying it's the septic. Not the biggest deal in the world, but we might not have to cap it. It's nothing in the permit about capping. So I'm going to reread it. If it says to cap it, I'm going to do it. If not, I'm not capping it. Because that's not mine. One last thing I have to do, because it's like 3 feet down, you got to get an excavator to dig it out. It's just a pain. But electrical, we will disconnect. I can do that, no big deal. Now let's load up the trailer, and put everything back on the trailer, and then go get an axle for the dump trailer, get that good to go. And tomorrow we can get out here first thing in the morning, start clearing, and possibly even start hauling small. Just finished up lunch. Now this is what we're going to be doing. The things we have to fix 100%. Obviously this. I have to re-weld that. There's dirt. I'm going to clean that out. And hopefully there's enough material here I can just weld this back on. But I don't know. It kind of rusted through, so that's not the best. This door is jacked up, but that's been like that for a while, so maybe. But first thing first, axle. That's the new one. As you can kind of tell, you can see the tires kind of sitting like this. That's not good. That's where it's bent. I do have the leaf spring pack. Right. That's not it. Somewhere over there, because I know I bought it because I put one of them on. I just needed not the pack, a U-bolt. I bought a 4-pack. I only used one, so I should have 2. Should. If not, then I gotta go grab one of those. But I'm trying to think if I should back the trailer up some more. I have the space, now I can actually close the door and a little warm in here. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll back the trailer up a little bit more. And then we're gonna move this stuff kind of forward, kind of shift it over a little bit if we can, this way. What we do basically, we just take off the axles, drop the U-bolts, unbolt everything. The biggest thing is these. So all the spacing from here back is different. First, what you have to do is you just weld that on. You have to have this done properly. If you put this in the wrong spot, which I did on that one on this side, won't sit right. It doesn't sit in. There's a little pocket so to sit in to hold it. Doesn't sit like that. Still works, but not correctly. So we will deal with that. But first things first, let's get this trailer moved back a little bit. What's up, puppies? Off on that side. That should be enough. I'll pull the axle out this way. I really can't wait until I just gotta get a wider shop. Like if it was 5 foot wider that direction, absolutely perfect. But just enough to close the door, so that'll work. We close it done, get the heat on, and work. So I just took the tire off. Next step is you're gonna pop this cap off, and then there's a little lock washer. You'll pop that off, unscrew the washer, and it'll also come right off. I'll try to set the phone up in a certain way to where you can see it. Pop that off. I don't like wearing gloves, but for this I kind of do, just because it's get grease everywhere. I'm trying to be somewhat tidy. And then what you want to do is get a piece of paper towel or something, put that on the ground. That way, when you take everything out, and grease on the floor shop. Let me get a hammer and tap this out. Try to use this. Yep, simple as that. It's not really in there tight, it's just kind of a flat fit. You get a flathead screwdriver, that pops that right off. This little cap right here will come off, that's how you grease the bearing. Then there's a little lock washer, right, or kingpin, I think they call it actually. Not just, or castle nut, I don't know. This thing just pops right off. Then you unscrew this. This is the actual nut that holds the the hub, or the bearings on the axle, and it's a little stiff. Got this from my buddy Dave Knippett's Pliers. Well, he left / I acquired them from him. He got a new pair, he's fine. He kind of uses these on a daily, and they're quite nice. They're German, to my knowledge. Grease all over. It was a little stiffer than it should have been, but we get new nuts and everything on the back side, I believe. After that, you just kind of shimmy it. You're going to have a washer and then your outer bearing. This will pop off just like so. Do your best not to get grease. Oh, it's this one. Yeah, this one's a pain. Pops off just like that. And you'll have one more bearing. The back seal, which sometimes comes with it, sometimes it doesn't. And then, fall without grease just absolutely everywhere on it. Probably not. I'll do this. So what's after that is this is the axle shaft, if you will. There's 5 nuts right there. You're gonna unbolt those, and I'm gonna have to cut the wire and rewire it. And this is the brake drum assembly. We're still pretty good on the pads and everything. The main thing, you do not want to get grease inside of that or any right there, because that is your brakes. You put grease on that, well, the grease makes things move. Brakes will stop things. You don't want that. So, that's no bueno. Huh. I'll have to fix that as well. While we're down here. But look for the tool. I'm gonna pop this off now. So, things have happened. I fell off the chair. That fell over. I basically just 5 bolts. This pops off. This was snapped and not even connected to anything, and so the brakes look good. Now, we're not all perfect people. There's nothing wrong with that. I may have done some things to this trailer that I knew probably wasn't legal, but I did it and I didn't get caught. And if your DOT officer sees this, so I'm fixing it right now, you can't go back. At least I hope you can't, I don't know what the word is, commit you for a crime that happened, backdate, prodate. Anyway, I had to put a new leaf spring on, but this is the one I said it welded wrong, so it wasn't sitting right. And I had 3 of them on. I kind of welded this one, but then that one broke. That's why it's all really shifted, and it should not be doing that at all. But we have all new hardware here, and actually kind of works out because I was kind of dreading having to cut that, but obviously I did a don't square. Very bad weld, and it'll work. I can weld decently, just not upside down. I've never really mastered that just yet. But I'm also not a welder, so I don't claim to be. So what we're gonna do is pop these off right here. This will come off, that'll drop down. And then this side's done. I'll quickly do the same thing to the other side. Remove this one, and then just install a new one. Simple as that. So, I had to bring out the Nutbuster 3000. For some reason, the one will not come loose. So, let's see if we can get it. How the dog's playing too much. Back up. Tightening it and loosening it. That's loosening it. Good Lord. How did that hit me? Wow. This will work. Because brackets. Oh, okay. There's that one. So now you can see the axle is free. So this side is free. You can see about the weld what I did wrong. You can see how off it is. It's a ½ inch maybe. The little round part is supposed to sit right there. That's why it wasn't sitting good. That's fine. This, I have absolutely no idea how we did that. We bent the whole back half of it, so I'm going to have to, I don't really know, because that's not easily going to be pushed back. I'll have to beat it with a hammer or who knows what. But everything has to be fixed today, considering I'm hauling a lot of trash this week. So I'm going to put this down for a little bit, get the other side, and we'll come back on this axle completely out. Okay, axle is out. This side gave me a fight. For some reason, I must have had these adjusted too strongly. That was not wanting to come off, but I got it off by sheer willpower and leverage. I'll have to get my hat stiffened because Dave stepped on it when I said he was in the shop. He had a little too much fun. Anyway, bad axle. As you can tell, it comes straight and then kicks back up. So this was bending up, hence why. I mean, we can tell from the tire, but you can see where it is. It hasn't cracked through yet, but you can also see how bad my welds were back then. It's a miracle this actually held on. But it did. I've always said I'm not a welder, but I've never had a weld break where it actually counts. I'm breaking other spots, but not where like it had to stick. But with this new welder that costs 10 times as much as the old welder, and 5 years experience, more experience, should be a lot cleaner. Anyway, this is the correct dimensions on this side. So from this gap's correct. This gap is not, so I'm going to measure that off that and that. I'm going to go, grind this down first. Measure it, mark it on this side and on that side. Get it level, weld it, and then once that's done, we need to fix that down there. So next step is grind and put these on. You have to flip it upside down because the flat part has to be at the bottom, but it's concave, canted. It's not flat, it's got a little bit of bend to it. So when you put on the trailer, if these are the two tires, it's going to bend up like this, arch it a little bit, if you will. Which is good for that. I'm not an engineer, but it kind of makes sense why bridges are arched that might as well. But bad for this because when you flip it upside down, it doesn't want to sit properly, so I'm going to have to use the... I should probably get a spare set of this just to keep around here, but that'll hold it level enough to get some grinding done. I just saw the sun. Either this is out of batteries or I'm on grind mode. I was on grind mode. Hold on. With that part. Cool, let's film it. Like I said, last weld, a few years later. Again, I've had no formal training except just actually welding. And I don't think that's horrible. It's a lot better than that, that's for sure. There. This side a little rough. It's still hot. Not horrible. I think the focus is there we go. I think I'm a little too hot for that darker gray stuff is. And on this side I had to stop and start a few times, as you can definitely tell, but it's still hot. I don't know why I touched it, but it'll hold. I'm gonna spray that right now. All the fun parts. Art project. Like factory. Okay, I got the old piece cut out. Everything's prepped enough to weld back on. We need a piece 7 inches by 2 3/4. I'm not going to be able to have a piece that's this, channel. So we're just going to get a flat plate right on there and just come straight across. That should be more than enough. I mean, it's more than nothing, which that was doing. I don't know why the weld broke. You can see this is where the metal was. It wasn't even ground down, it looks like, to be honest with you. Just the weld just broke, which it's not supposed to. Took this with it. I don't know if I hit something or what, but it's not a place to hit something up there. Either way, no big deal. I just gotta go find a piece of steel from our little supply yard. Not the prettiest. It should hold. Cool. Now, put the axle back on. Oh wait, no, I gotta fix that door. I'm gonna do that. I'm already out and about with the welder. Last spot's fixed. Gonna clean it out and then just weld it. So far everything's going pretty good, and luckily the axle fits perfectly. So right on there, touching on both sides. It ain't gonna go nowhere. We got this plate all welded on and painted. Looks almost factory. Went ahead and welded this back on. Not the prettiest because it's super thin and it was rotted. So what's happening is as I was welding, it was burning through it. But I got it to work. What I had to do was turn the feed up because there wasn't enough material for it was burning out. So fixed. We had to run to the trailer store to go get brackets. I know I have these somewhere. They're in a brown box. I bought them when I was going to do the front axle, but I bought 2 sets. 4 of these, but 2 sets. I did the front one, never did the rear one, because I'm like, I'll keep it because I need it in the future. And I don't know. It's not there. It's not over there. It's not in the Connex. I know everything's kind of discombobulated and messy, but again, the shop's only so big, and I know where everything is. So I also tend to just kind of throw stuff away. And I'm like, I'll never need this, and I need it 3 months later. But anyway, local place has it. Go spend some more money and go get it. So got back from the trailer place, and they had exactly what I needed. Ooh. So, you saw this. So I'm gonna hurry up, put those on, after that, re-grease everything, hook up the brakes, and I believe that's it. So now the fun part, we're gonna put it back together. We're gonna take this off. We have some grease, we have some puppy dogs. Like I said, we're gonna take all this apart, grease it up. We're gonna clean air this off, clean all that off with some brake cleaner, which should be enough. So yeah, go ahead, clean everything off, we put it back together, and then get this side done, and then move on to the next. Yeah, the biggest thing when doing this, do not get grease anywhere on here. Of course, if you do, it's not the biggest deal in the world. Clean it off. But just have the thought process, it is a big deal and you don't want to get on there. Just because this is what stops the trailer when it's loaded. Just, 10,000 pounds of stuff. Pounds? Pounds. I can't talk, I'm tired. I really wish I knew what my father's Milwaukee ratcheting wrench was, because it makes this part a lot quicker. That's how the Pilgrims worked on their dump trailers. Hand tools, no batteries. Number one. Okay. Now, rear seal. I can't see reason behind it. So, I made this mistake in the past. You're going to see, maybe you can't, but the bearing's kind of cone shaped like this. So you want the back one, the cone going this way, and the smaller one, the cone going this way. Reason being is if the bigger parts are on the outside, it's going to kind of hold it in and hold it together. If you do it the other way, it just won't work. That's how I designed it. So that's going to go like so. And then we're going to go with torque to spec. Just like that. Like it never happened. And simple as that, we have a new axle on the trailer and welds are fixed. Look at it, it's actually straight. That's crazy. And I intend to keep it straight for at least 72 hours. I'm really gonna baby this trailer. But I am glad we got that weld back there done. That's a big supporting weld. And then we got that one as well. The doors are the doors. I've always had issues with these, mainly because I've broken them. I think what'll happen, get it straight. I think what'll happen is I'll take it to Fabcon, have them do the front jack, which is busted, and then I just replace the doors. The doors are like $700 a piece, so they're not cheap. Back when that happened, $700 is a lot of money, but back then it was like if I make bills that month. Now I can play around with $700 as long as work continues to come in, which it has so far. Like I said, the other thing is that front jack is busted, but besides that, the trailer is good to go. I am going to repaint it black. I did a little spot back here. It just looks so much nicer when it's actually black and not this faded, whatever this is now. I think one day we'll, over the winter, the summer, and have a day off or something, just go through, paint the whole exterior, all new. This stuff is expensive. It's like $30 a foot. It's ridiculous. So I gotta get all new striping and put on it, whatnot. But what we're gonna do right now is just take it off the jacks, get it out of here, and clean up. Putting the puppies to bed. I did not come in here because I took a shower. I'm going to cage. Good night.